Okay, off. Turn it off.
That's horrible.
And can you please delete it off my computer?
No. That's the song. I'm scared he's behind me. Like,
Oh my god! I'm genuinely creeped out. And we said, all right, we'll split the cost here. Let's go halves in this bottle of wine. So
I think it's about $7.50 each.
No, how much are Richo's cost?
I don't know. I don't remember. $8. Oh, Richo. That's
Dos and I got $4 each to pay for the Richards.
We're on a budget, mate. Welcome, one and all, to episode number 200 of the dos&d. We'll clap ourselves.
Yeah,
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, boys. Thanks, lads.
Massive achievement. And boy, oh boy, how excited are we about this new setup?
First episode in the new setup. What a fitting way, 200. And we've kind of looked at this for the last 10 or so weeks, and we've looked at the big 200 coming up. We're like, we need to do something for it, but you know, we've kind of gone past the, you know, I think episode 50, we reviewed the past. Episode 100, we did the same. We're like, we're not doing that anymore, but we will give you a new visual experience. So if you're listening to this, now's the best time ever. Go and check out the new setup on YouTube. Describe it though for the listeners.
So we've gone a more relaxed, smart cash, let's call it that. So we've gone around away from the round table kind of looking at each other, you know, sitting down face to face. Now we're laying back. Legs crossed.
But not in a lounge room.
Not in a lounge room. We're in a bit of a warehouse type set. But yeah, I'm stoked about the lounge approach. I think it's going to be, maybe it relaxes the guests a bit. I don't know.
Well,
are you feeling relaxed?
I feel very relaxed, but I always feel relaxed on dos&d Uncut.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I mean, there's a few exciting things happening, not just a set. You're going to be seeing a lot of new things coming for the dos&d community up, you know, soon. Obviously, a new kind of rebrand kind of feel and look. It might be ready now, it might not.
I think there's whispers of a new logo.
Whispers of a new logo. There's also whispers of something else coming. Do you want to quickly say?
What was that? Merchandise?
Yeah. There will be merchandise and prize packs, and there's a lot coming your way for dos&d. So we'll share that. Maybe we'll run an ad through this episode. Maybe it'll be next week. You just have to stay tuned. And anything... well, obviously we've got the upgraded equipment as well.
New mic stands. Obviously we've got a bit of a different feel with the screen behind the cameras and a bit of a visual effect or aspect of the show.
And the team.
And the growing team.
That's great.
I think we were just having a little giggle off air, but we've got... Obviously, Bryce is our magnificent videographer.
Yep.
But then we've got Blair and Connor. They're twins, actually.
Yep.
And they're behind the screen and behind a bit of producing for the show. But
the back pocket banter boys.
One of them actually called in sick this morning.
Yep.
And we actually laughed at each other like, wow, you know, you're getting somewhere when someone's calling in sick to work for you.
Exactly.
Which, Blair, we wish we were here. But you know what? It's probably a step.
Exactly. Well, we've got Connor. So Connor's going to be doing this. Actually... the crowd will see and hear Connor a little bit later on because we're bringing him in for a segment. So get very excited for that.
I want to quickly throw it to you.
Yeah, go on. Hear me.
People probably don't quite understand what we do as a podcast. And we don't want to go too deep into why we started. And it was such a, you know, a deep personal mission of personal development and
that everybody else does.
And, we did go through that.
Yes,
and we can't help but kind of cringe and our skin crawls a little bit when we refer back to it. But one thing we wanted to address and talk about, which was, how is this viable? How do we do what we do? Because we still get asked the question, like, how do you make money off it? How do you? What does it mean?
Yeah. Someone literally asked me the other day, you make money off that? And I'm like, oh, do I have to explain this again to someone?
In a non-arrogant way.
Non-arrogant way. Just like, and I get it. People don't understand that podcasting is a tough one to make money out of the gate from. You need to do your time. You need to build a bit of credibility. You need to be consistent, which we've done now. We're coming up 4 years, or we're probably around the 4-year mark now. But yes, you can make money from podcasting, can't you?
Well, you can, but the one of the biggest things I think I've found not frustrating, but it's proof in the pudding is you don't have to have 50 to 100,000 followers to make money doing what we do. So when we say
we do have about 50,000 followers across the multiple platforms.
Yeah, but I think I'm more referring to, you don't need to go and get 500,000 TikTok followers to sell a t-shirt and hopefully make some cash. We both come from more of a networking and relationship. I don't want to say the word sales, but bits of selling as well. So we come from a background where, you know, being able to be good at marketing, advertise, and know what brands might look for, and knowing the right people and connecting in the right circles, and to find people who want to support and grow this show, which it's it's growing. So
I think that's the main point, though. So the biggest mistake I think people make, and we're not here to tell you how to run a podcast or how to start a podcast or anything, but I think the biggest mistake people make is they try and make money out of their audience, out of their listeners or their viewers. So straight into, I've got X amount of people listening or watching. How do I sell them all a t-shirt, a mug, a course, something, subscription, something like that. So we went the opposite way. Instead of trying to, as you guys will all know, everything we've ever provided for the dos&d community has always been free. Nothing we've ever asked you to put your hand into your pocket. Yes, we mentioned merch before, but that's a different project.
But that's for enjoyment.
That's for enjoyment, and but that's not how we haven't made a cent out of our audience so far. We've made it all through brands and collaborating with the show and coming on board and hopefully providing some value there too. So that's the main thing.
Yeah. So first things first. 200 episodes. Thank you to anyone who's listened to number 1 to now, anywhere in between. It's very cliche, but we couldn't do the show without anyone who listens.
No,
and
of course
it's
not.
the reason why we do the show.
Yep.
And then second of all, every single guest that's come on the show has provided some type of value, whether it's storytelling, whether it's their point of view, that their life and their career, being able to share that with us and our audience, and being open to be a bit on the edge. We consider ourselves a bit more of a quirky show. And that's our goal now. Is even just with this simple set change and upgrade, it's to provide a different dynamic, a different landscape to podcasting, and we want our guests to come on and think of the show as a bit more fun, a bit more pushing the envelope, so to speak. It's a bit more out there and relaxed, and
you can say how you feel in here. You got a safe space to. I mean, you will be attacked on the internet, which we are every week, but it is a safe place to come on and voice your opinion, whether we agree or disagree. We've tried to create that, try and hear diverse views. I think we're pretty good at that. I'm not sure. I mean, we obviously. It's interesting how many comments we get saying, "I'll get someone that disagrees with that," and we're like, "Well, we already have. Go back and have a look. Look who's been on.
Do some research.
Do some research. Absolutely. By the way, congratulations, number 6 in Australia.
Yes, that's a big one that I think we probably haven't really even acknowledged, is our highest ever ranking in the charts. So hit number 6 after the great Mike Sheen, actually.
Yeah, that gave it a nice boost.
Which I don't think he realises that he had that power.
I don't think, probably not. Well, we are going for number 1, so make sure you share this with a friend. Make sure to download. Go listen to old episodes, not number 1, but go back and listen, and let's boost that right up. But I will say too, thank you so much. I know you said thank you. I'll reiterate everything Dos says. I don't need to go over it again. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Massive show today.
Yep.
We've got a few segments, as we like to do.
Yep.
Obviously, at GolfBox, that's a very famous and favourite of ours. We've got one that we actually got the listeners and our audience and followers involved.
Yep.
And that is, we had a little chat. I think what sparked it?
We were walking down literally not far from here the other night. I don't know what even. Oh, we're bringing in the new set. That's what we're doing.
Brought in the couches.
I don't know. I think we'll talk. We must have. One of us was singing a song or referencing something. And we're like, did that scare you as a kid? And we're like, absolutely it did. So we said, that's a great podcast talking point as the new set is collapsing amongst us. Do we need a pause?
I'm trying to arrange the microphone.
Well done.
Sorry.
So we've talked about fears before on the show, but now we've opened it up to the audience. So these are the types of things that you can look forward to. It's going to be things that scare...
No, hold on, Connor. We're not up to that yet. Don't
scare us yet.
I'm scared.
Things that scared you as a kid that probably doesn't scare you as an adult. Just things that creeped you out. And we've got a long list of that, so looking forward to that and hearing your opinions.
A lot of you will know we love a little challenge, a little quiz, a little game. So that's another segment. We're going to do a music quiz. What is it, 60s and 90s? We've got Connor who's going to chime in with some questions.
Don't forget the lyrics.
Don't forget the lyrics.
Yep, we got that.
So you guys can play along, listening or watching.
And I think that'll probably wrap us up. But before we get into the segments of the day, a couple memories so far. We're not, because we've told, if you want to go hear the whole story, I think we covered in 100 or 150 where we told it all. So you can go and listen to that.
Yeah. One memory which I just will always look back on is when we moved into Hawthorne in our apartment together, and we had to take every guest who came on up the flight, up to 8 flights of stairs to our apartment. And it's two blokes living together, 25, 26, real not blokey, but two young males
Boys
living
house.
together. What do you reckon? We don't, it's not like it's sparkling clean all the time. We tried our best. But you're bringing the names, Hurdy, Richo,
Bossy.
Bossy, all these guys are coming up, and they're using your toilet I think what was it? Was it Frankie? Was it Frankie?
Yeah, I think it was Frankie. Yeah.
What happened? So I always
Josh gets nervous before podcasts.
I always and when nerves hit me before a pod, it's my bowels that get nervous. Even now, like
you need a poo.
I need a not now, but before the guest arrives, I will probably need a and. Yeah, that happened that day.
Well, we've got, in where we currently record from, we got 2 toilets, which we're very lucky for. And Dos always picks one in the morning. And
I tell the guest that one.
Because I've accidentally directed a guest to the wrong toilet. And Dos has been like, no. So, they were good memories.
And then Frankie walked in after it.
Yeah, because Dos said, I just hope she doesn't need to use the lube because...
And the first thing she said was, where's your bathroom?
Oh, it's the worst thing ever.
What about you? A memory? Quick one?
Well, one recent one, because, again, we're not going to go back and talk about the very start and how we got to here. But one more recent one was probably the Gold Coast. So you went and lived on the Gold Coast for how long?
Probably 7 months.
7 months. So I think why we bring this up, because we never talked about it, we were flying back and forth each month, which is very expensive, by the way. We didn't realize how much money we're burning just traveling. Each month, one of us would fly to the opposite state. We'd do a bunch of interviews. We'd batch record. But I think that period, even though we're a bit more established by then, I look back and that could have been a great chance to potentially... He's farted again, have you?
Oh, that stinks.
Oh,
yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can leave it in. I've just let the fluffy off the chain. It's not nice.
Oh, I'm glad I'm sitting all the way over here. That would have been a great chance to kind of stop or pause or miss an episode here or there. But I think the best part is we never missed one. So we still were able to keep it consistent despite the cost, despite the travel. Those weeks used to be tough. Like we'd fly in and we'd have 4 podcasts to do, plus we'd film all this extra content, plus we'd be doing the business side of things. Like there'd be so much to try and squeeze into one whole week. So that I look back on and I go, even though it's more recent, I'm like, that was a pretty pivotal moment. And because of that, we've now changed the way we now do it here in Melbourne, now that we're both here.
Yeah. It's a great little reminder and powerful message to anyone that's doing something similar or wants to do something similar. It's exciting. All the starting and beginnings of these things are exciting. Yeah, you pick your logo and you buy all the equipment and you put the Instagram handle up and you do your first post and you're thinking, how good's this? But then when push comes to shove and a few months down the line happen, that was 2 years into our journey or maybe a bit further in.
The Gold Coast thing? No, 3. Probably. Yeah.
So I guess in that situation, we probably could have easily thrown in the towel and gone, oh, well, we don't want to burn all that money. Maybe we don't drop one every week. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe it's every 3 weeks or something, and not fly in as much. But we were like, no. I made the decision to live up there. We committed to it and we did it. So,
even 4 years, like I think of it, like it's not a lot, but it also is. There's like a lot of longevity in it. Because I know like when we started, obviously there was so many podcasts started around the same time and none of them are here anymore, which is crazy. So again, anything else you want to bring up for the journey so far?
How's your body at the moment?
My body?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I feel good. Why's that?
Because you're playing well on the footy field.
Thank you, Coach. Actually, it's a great point. So for all the St Kilda City boys listening, and I did say that word, St Kilda City, because when was the last time we did Uncut? Probably almost 3 months ago.
Oh, was it that long ago?
It was a while ago. And we were just about, maybe not that long, but we were about to, we joined the club?
We joined the club. We did a...
Were you coaching by then?
No.
Oh, really?
I might have just transitioned.
So the last time we did Uncut, we talked about joining a footy club, and we didn't name the club because we weren't sure. But now we can say with our heads held high, St Kilda City, we're home.
Yeah, and I'm assistant coach.
And Dos is assistant coach. And what we will say is all the boys are training now. They just keep saying, when are you going to drop the name? When are you going to drop the name? Yeah, they want the cred.
How are you finding it? Are you enjoying it?
I love it. Yeah, it's great to be. Obviously, I've had a couple of years off footy, so it's good to be playing again. New team, which is nice and refreshing. Good club.
How are you feeling about Dos coaching you?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I mean, it's. Do
you almost try not to laugh at times, or is
I have giggled a couple of times, just to myself. But not because you're doing anything.
When I've got lost with words.
Not because you've done anything wrong. No, you've done nothing wrong.
How did I end up here?
It's when you have the out of body experience where you're like, how did this happen? Like I'm sitting here, I had no intention of playing footy, and now Dos is yelling at us all.
Going back with that shit, like we've already shared that, but I didn't even want to go that first night. Remember?
Yeah.
And you rang the coach, and we were going down, and you were like, come down, and have a kick, and I wasn't even going to go.
Yeah.
And then I did the first training, did the second training, pulled my quad in the first drill.
Kick.
And then now I'm assistant coach somehow.
So
I'm telling you what to do.
Well, we're actually going to give ourselves a bit of a... we'll talk about it shortly. But firstly, it is weird we're not playing together, but we're at the same team.
It is.
And obviously, like, people ask, guys, is it weird being coached by your mate, or is it weird coaching your mate? And it kind of is.
It is a bit strange.
It's strange, but it is, because it's like...
I've already said it to a few of them. I said it's hard not to be biased, because obviously I want Danny to be getting 40 touches every week, but I can't just slot him in the midfield when I want. I'm only the assistant.
Oh, God. No, but no, it's been good. And what was I going to say? There was something else. Oh, speaking of quads. So, obviously, you tore your quad second training session, obviously. You probably got over that, or, I mean, that was a few weeks ago. You did your physio and
recovered? I recovered from that, but then I had a little bit of an episode in between where I kind of twinged it again, and then I.
But up until you were starting to get on top of it.
Yeah, I was getting on top of it.
Yeah, so obviously, if anybody's looking up the records as we speak, look, we haven't had a great start at the time of we're recording. Hopefully, by the time we put this out, the results have changed a little bit.
I think they will.
They will.
Yeah.
I'm very confident. We will win tomorrow. I can say that
Promise
right
now.
Yeah. But we won our first game. And what a game it was. We were 6 goals down at one point, 36 points down.
We sound like a listener of AFL podcast.
I know, so we'll keep this brief.
There's about 400 of them.
I know. So 6 goals down late in the second.
Yeah.
And 26 points at halftime, I believe. We crawled our way back, hit the front with about 2 minutes to go, immediately gave up that lead.
Yeah.
D made a bad mistake in the back line, nearly cost us the whole game.
Did you? I don't remember that.
Off handball. Anyway, that's another story.
On the far side, yeah.
Yeah, it was far side, thank God, away from the coaches. And then, luckily, we got the ball forward and Mark was taken, and then 3 points down, 2 points down,
I think
something
2
like
points,
that.
yeah.
And then siren goes. What dreams are made of as kids. You go back, can kick the winner in front of a packed house.
Yeah.
Haven't won a game for the club over a year, I believe, since
Let's put it this way. In our first practice game, we sang the song because we won.
I want to say I did not play. I was part of that.
Neither.
We sang the song. Were we in the huddle?
I wasn't. Not in the first game. Not in the
I think they pulled us in.
No, I wasn't. I sat out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well,
you were in it, I think.
No, I wasn't. I was out with you.
You didn't play.
Yeah, I was out with you. Anyway, so everyone knows where this is going. Our great friend, Geordie Gray.
Yeah.
Straight through the guts.
Straight through the sticks, not the guts. Or did you call the guts the goals?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Ice in the veins. Great goal. Go look it up. Highly recommend.
We're nuts.
That's not the point we're interested in. Obviously, being a player on the field, I couldn't really look. I'm nervous because I was almost looking at the crowd reaction first. Everybody dives in, huge huddle. Of course, the coaches make their way to the ground.
Well, I wasn't going to, and then...
So what happened? You take over from here.
And then the senior coach himself, I won't name his name.
Well, you can name
him.
it.
Oh, yeah, Hammer.
Yeah.
Hammer time. Hammer goes... I don't think he'd won a game in a while either as a coach. So he was excited. He ran in.
Was he running?
Yeah. With arms up.
Yep.
So I thought, I have to run. Yeah. I have to run in here.
In slacks and...
slacks, dress shoes. And as I've taken probably 3 steps, I've really tried to run too hard. And bang, done the quad again.
The quad.
Yeah. So hobbling for the rest of the game or after the game. Celebratory beers probably helped ease the pain.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, but I think she's good now. So
you'll be playing soon.
Nah, who knows? If they're desperate,
Dos might suit up.
Not in the ones.
We had a little private message that Dos said I might suit up.
Oh, I shouldn't say that because now they'll all be on me. No. I'm not going to be playing, fellas.
Thanks to all the boys who listen and support the show.
Yeah.
A few of them listened prior to us going to the club, which was great, but a few more have jumped on board now. So thank you so much. We love each and every one of you, as you know. Now,
do we want to move forward?
Yeah, let's move on.
Segment number 1 or 2 now. Do you
want to move into segment 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll see in segment 2. Yeah.
The 200th episode of the dos&d show. We couldn't do it without our friends at Fleet Plant Hire Solutions.
The biggest show yet, obviously being 200, has to have the biggest sponsors, don't they, involved? And our good friends at Fleet Plant Hire Solutions, we always say they're the biggest and the best. They're number 1 in customer service, number 1 on and off the track.
We couldn't get to 200 without having these guys' support.
Nope.
So if you want to know more about Fleet Plant Hire, head to fbh.com.au.
I love this topic.
Do you?
Because it gives me the creeps.
Oh.
And
the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies. We did an episode back in the day, and it was called Fears. It was called Fears. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was
half serious as well. So we went really deep into fear of
black holes,
but it was even like the self-development stuff. It was fear of not taking every opportunity,
fear of regret,
living my best life, all that bullshit,
leaving no stone unturned.
Yeah, exactly. But then the part that was more popular on that episode was the more funny ones, the things that kind of creeped us out as kids that still give us the, what was the word, heebie-jeebies. And we decided let's bring that back. Let's bring that back today.
Let's get the crowd involved.
So we will get the crowd involved shortly. We've got a bunch of too many to even read.
Thanks to everyone for sending them in. So there's some rippers, and we're looking forward to sharing that because I reckon a lot of people will relate to them.
Oh, I think this will be a very relatable
It'll be a bit
topic.
of not a light bulb moment. People go, oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, nostalgic.
Yeah,
we're going to go, oh, I was scared of that as a kid too.
Because and I think what I'm looking forward to is dissecting why these things are scary and weird, which we're about to do. But to kick things off, Dos, so we're going to go straight into it. Let's talk about our fears first,
or
our scary
first?
ones. Let's go with you.
Okay.
The real OG listeners of the show that have been there since basically day one or year one will know Dos's biggest fear.
As a character?
It's a character.
A clown-like character.
I don't know everyone will be familiar with him.
No one will.
Yeah, because it's very niche.
It's very niche. So there was a certain video, what do you call
VHS.
it? VHS. That I used to always hire from the local...
Blockbuster.
Actually, it wasn't a Blockbuster. It was just one of those milk bars that had
really?
like videos for hire as well. In Lakewood, in Frankston, funnily enough. That's where I grew up. And you know what? I was so scared of this character in this video. So this video was Barney live in New York City. Barney at Radio City Hall.
Yep.
So Barney the dinosaur, everyone knows. And the character's name was the Wingster. And essentially they call him the Wingster because he was just quick as a wink, right? And he doesn't have any friends, so he steals something
friends.
of Barney and Friends' thing, like the magic bag or something, and he steals it and runs off with it. And the whole plot of the live show is they're getting the bag back, and he's this bad character, but really deep down, he's a really lovely guy.
Is he?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any friends, so he feels lonely. But he's a fucking creep. That's the issue.
Isn't it funny though? Because you just hit something. I always relate to that too. Why, when you're a kid, would you go to the video shop and always get the thing that scared you?
I know.
So I kept
Every time.
I'd always gravitate to the things that I was almost too scared to watch. I'd watch like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Well, that was me with this.
Well, and just a bit of a backstory. So what's the great man's name?
This is how scared I was of him. I found it. His name was Ashley Wood.
So when we talked about this literally 3 years ago or 2.5, whenever it was, I remember it was like one of the first videos we like edited another video on top of us talking.
Yeah.
And you were too scared. I remember in the Hawthorne house, you were too scared like even editing it, like how creeped out. Anyway, Ashley Wood was the actor's name. I wanted to get him on Uncut, on a dos&d Uncut, just call in, have Dos have no idea, just get him on Zoom just for a quick segment just to see how Dos would react. But I don't think the great man's with us anymore.
I don't know, but you couldn't find him anywhere.
Yeah, we just changed his name.
Oh, God. Well, even we've talked about this before too, but I was so scared of the bloke. Even now, like, I don't love it. It's horrible. But I was even terrified that my family were going to make someone dress up as him at my 21st.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a certain person we were scared.
And I said that to my mum after. She goes, "We wouldn't do that to you." And I was like, "Well, you probably would." Like, I was certain. Thank God it didn't happen.
Do you know what the better news is, Dos?
What?
Now that we've upgraded everything, and we've got a nice big screen. So Connor's
how much of it have we played?
Connor's going to help us out.
He's got his own song.
He's got his own song. I don't know how much we'll play, but this is apparently, and all the listeners, all the viewers are about to see this. So if you're listening, another reason,
the screen's
go to
off
YouTube.
at the moment.
We're turning it on now. But again, just another plug. This is why you need to go watch the YouTube, don't you, Dos?
Yeah.
Because you'll see Ashley Wood as the Wingster.
Oh, shit.
Do you remember this? Like,
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Are we all having fun?
Ripper.
How is that not terrifying?
'Cause I love to have fun too.
He's so nimble, this bloke.
Yeah. That's the song. I'm scared he's behind me. Like,
My name's the Wingster. That should come as no surprise. I come, I go, I am so quick. You
Is it still
won't
creepy, yeah?
believe your
Yes.
eyes. I like to
Like,
have
look at
some
this.
fun. I like to
Play my little jokes.
It's how he moves.
Sometimes I try to take things that belong
Play.
to other folks. As
You can see I'm nimble as can be.
Oh, wow.
So if somebody's chasing, they
can
will
never catch me.
catch me.
Oh, watch this. He does like a little... Why is that kid laughing?
The kids are laughing.
Yeah,
The kids are
that's enough. That's,
There's a little, for those that are watching on YouTube, there's a little
it's a good...
bit of Wingster. So this is what I want to know. So the memories it provokes, does it creep you out? No?
Yeah, it definitely creeps
do you
me
get
out.
that
Not to the
little
same
bit-
level, but it's just the skin crawling. Like,
Yeah.
It's just, I don't...
But I can see, again, it's how he moves.
How he moves, the
And his
nimbleness.
his face.
Yeah.
So as a kid, when you would have watched it, obviously, did you kind of like hide?
Yeah,
behind-
I used to love watching it, but I would be like...
and that's my memories of being creeped out as a kid too. So
yeah, even as I got older, I used to sometimes YouTube it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Like, because I was like, can I break this fear?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
All
I
right,
totally
you've
get
got
it.
one which that still terrifies you.
I know.
And we've mentioned it earlier days, but there's a little.
It's so weird.
It's a Disney. It's one of Walt Disney's biggest stories, isn't it? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, it's not Snow White you're afraid of, is it? Who is it?
What sucks about having, like, obviously privileged growing up with sisters, but they love all the princesses, obviously. So you get exposed to princess movies. Yeah. And actually,
Mickey and Minnie as well.
Mickey and Minnie too. Oh, I bought the Walt Disney book, and it was a great read. But there's a whole chapter on this. Oh, God.
You're terrified.
This genuinely, Dos sometimes, did you do this the other day where he just pulled out the photo?
No, but it wasn't for no reason. There was some reason. We're Googling again.
It scares the shit out of me. So anyway, The Witch from Snow White, in my opinion, we're about to see it, but it's one of the scariest drawings. And if you look at the detail, it's just, I can't to this day. Anyway.
Give it a play.
Oh my God. I'm genuinely creeped out. I actually can't.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, it's actually like. Oh, actually, can you turn off? Honestly, turn off. I've had enough. No, turn it off. Turn it off. Oh, get it off the screen. Oh, the worst part is that's gonna have to sit on the. Actually, you can. That's the one thing I'll give you.
Can you share that story that you share with me?
You can exit that off if you want out of it. Oh, fuck me.
What's the story that you read in the book?
I'm not kidding. When I see that to this day, like when my ass was so clenched then, like I'm clenched. Oh. Fuck.
The story.
Of what? Sorry, I'm rattled.
When it first came.
Oh, yeah. This was in the book. So at least it gives me a bit of validation. So apparently that was the first ever feature-length like cartoon, like of a full-length movie.
Like in the what, 50s?
30s.
Far out.
Very early, right? So back in the day, like no one had been exposed to it.
Yeah.
So when all the kids came to the cinema, this is in the book, apparently like you go to the cinema, like chairs kind of like we're sitting on now. And
really old.
They had to how do you say the word?
Reupholster?
Yep, the whole cinema because of all the kids that wet themselves.
There you go.
Because of the witch.
Yeah, but they were children.
But but no, I know this is it, but don't. Here we go.
No,
here he is. Here he is.
I'm just giving you.
There's a little clown before, and he was scared.
Yeah, but I don't think I was as scared as you were just then.
But can you see one scared?
100%. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all I ask. All right, and as a kid. Anyway, doesn't matter. They're our main two. Now, do you want to rattle off quickly a couple of other things before we get into the listeners that creeped us out?
Quick ones.
Mutual ones.
I used to hate black holes. Used to be terrified of them. Well, we're going back down personal development. What else for you?
That was a personal development.
Oh, was it? No,
I think that's more science.
Yeah, sorry. I think that's more science, actually.
What was I scared of as a kid? I was scared of the second coming as a Christian at the end of the world.
I was always terrified of that.
Yeah, that was scary. No, I was scared of Undertaker and Kane in WWE.
That's a good one. Actually, I was terrified. Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
That was Undertaker's like manager.
Yeah.
And I used to be so scared of him. Kane.
Or for WrestleMania XX. 20.
Oh, the WrestleMania 20, that was one of the best WrestleManias ever.
Yeah, and again, I used to hide that as a kid.
Yeah. Or for those who really love their wrestling, 2005 Great American Bash when Paul Bearer got buried in concrete.
Oh, really?
Do you remember that?
I remember. Yeah. Glenn scared me more than Mark.
Glenn is Kane and Mark is Undertaker.
Kane scared me more. Did Boogeyman scare you when he first came?
Yeah, Boogeyman.
So I used to watch SmackDown. I always thought Raw was not as scary as SmackDown back then.
Boogeyman was scarier than Undertaker and Kane, in my opinion.
Because when he backstage and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but it was horrible.
We'll put some photos up later. But yeah, that was scary.
I used to actually think if I was a wrestler, I'd be terrified to wrestle against him.
But do you know what? I still have this memory of sitting with my dad. So Dad hated wrestling. He still does. He was one of those guys that goes, you know, how do you... It's
fake.
You know it's fake. I'm like, I know it's fake. Dad.
It's entertainment, Gary.
And I said, yeah, exactly, Gary. I'm like, is James Bond real? No. So
doesn't he love 007?
Yeah, so is that real? No. So let me be. But I remember Dad, I'd be sitting there and I knew Undertaker was coming out. And I thought, well, this will show Dad. And he just sat through it like it was nothing. I remember looking at him like in awe and saying, so that does not scare you at all? And he goes, no. And now as an adult, I go, well, obviously. Like now I can happily, you know.
All right, let's jump into you guys who have sent yours in, right? So do you want to kick us off with the first one?
Do you want to start with the characters or do you want to start with the more... Because we got both.
I reckon let's go with...
Because we got a few that weren't TV show related. We'll
go the ones that aren't TV show related. Yeah.
So, you start with Garni.
All right.
One of those.
So
you pick
this
one.
is a really good one, I thought. And I related to this.
Yep.
One thing that Garni, she sent in, The creepy crawly in the pool genuinely thought it would suck me in. Also, the little water vent where the water would filter from. Were you scared of the creepy crawly?
I wasn't. No.
You know why? I was scared of it. This has just come back to me. We were at a friend's swimming pool because we didn't have one at the time, and it was a family, and there was two boys from like family friends that we were, and they were like say 10, and I was like 5. They were a fair bit older than me. One time they locked me in a big cane basket and didn't let me out, and they locked it.
Oh, well, that would do it.
Well, then the next time we went and had a thing, we're in the swimming pool, and they must have got so much fun out of just making me scared. And they got the big creepy crawly, and they were putting it up to me at my face, and they were like, "It's going to suck you in."
Oh God!
And of course, I was going to.
That's well, I understand that.
Yeah, so that was one I never used my feet, couldn't go near it.
Really?
Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Well, I know my sister was this, and I think there's a lot of kids. Everyone was scared of sharks in swimming pools.
Yeah.
Like that seemed to be one that like
sharks for sure.
Sharks and I remember,
but not in pools.
My sister did. Sorry,
yeah.
Ali.
All right, next one.
Well, this is from Jack Tossell, former guest of the show, one of our good friends. This is just a great story. He just wrote monkeys, haha. But then he elaborated. One time when I was 5 years old, Dad took me to the circus. There was a caged monkey and some older kids had been hitting it with a stick, stirring it up before me. Okay, that's bad. Leave the monkeys alone.
That is terrible.
I walked past and it grabbed me through the cage, gave me a shake up and tried to pull me in. I was in tears, bawling my eyes out. Old man just standing there watching and laughing. So,
how's that not going to give you PTSD?
Well, in fairness, I'm with the monkey. No, Jack obviously was innocent, but
of course,
if you're gonna whack a monkey, let him retaliate.
Yeah, so that's shit house, those boys.
Yeah, so
Mikey Bednarak, he's an avid loyal listener of our show. Yep. Thanks for sending this one in, Mikey. He was scared of clowns, so I'm assuming he means the Wingster. And Fire Brigade, he was scared of as well.
Fire Brigade. I
wonder if that's the sirens.
Yeah, maybe. I can see that. Yeah, I can see.
I reckon.
Well, were you scared of natural disasters and like climate change and shit as a kid?
Climate change, yeah, for sure.
At school, that was the biggest freaking cult. No, that's the wrong word. They tried to scare the shit out of you about you've all got 3 years left because it's going to be 80 degrees and no one's
Yeah, the ozone layer is nearly evaporated.
Yeah. This is a good one. Anthony Takak, the last bit of water going down the drain after a bath, that goddamn noise.
That's a good one. I'm still not comfortable with that.
I'm superstitious about that.
Why?
I have to be out of the bath and dried before the last bit of water.
That's what I do too.
Really?
Yeah, legit. I try, get dry as quick as I can so I don't have to be in there.
Make sure the substances are cleaned out.
Which substances? Like Epsom salts, yeah. Is that it now, or do we jump into what other ones?
Hang on, there's one more here.
Where?
Oh no, that's all right. That's another.
I think that's the rest of them are all visuals now.
Well, here's one that we don't have visually ready to go, but Mitch Cox wrote in. I think Garney did too. Around the Twist TV show.
That's a good one. Yeah, Coxie,
I didn't see that, but
yeah, Around the Twist. That would have been a good one to actually play. Yeah. But they lived in the lighthouse, and it was such a.
Where was it? Anglesey.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but it wasn't the song. Well, the song used to creep me out. But
I've never seen the show.
Really?
So what's it?
Is it two? It's probably two. We don't have it ready. Don't worry. But
it's all about. What's it all about?
I don't remember the plot, but it was a family and they lived in it was just such a weird show. So many different, like each episode had a different weird storyline and.
Do you reckon?
I remember one of the sons. This is the episode that scared me. The son got pregnant somehow, and he spewed up this like big ghost baby.
Welcome to 2024.
Yeah, legit. Well, that was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that was bizarre.
Maybe they were just they saw what was coming.
I'll quickly touch on this funny story about Around the Twist.
Yeah.
A guy that I used to work with. I can't remember the character's name, but he had red hair, and I remember the guy I used to work with. He had a bloke. That he must have told this bloke, I was on Around the Twist back when I was a kid, and
believed him.
That bloke believed him for 8 years that he was on that show.
It's silly.
Till someone else.
Do you reckon these like directors and producers and writers of these kid shows? Do you reckon part of them they want to creep people out? They have to be.
Probably.
All right. Well, let's get into some more of these are more like TV characters and shows. We put up this photo of HR Puff and stuff that creeped me out as a kid. I think we've got an example. Connor's better.
So Liz Satterley, she says HR Puff and stuff.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. That.
Well, did you used to watch? Like, was there a video you had of HR Puff?
That was one. So similar to you at the Wingstar. There he is, right there.
Yeah, like look at him.
So it wasn't him. I don't think it's him. It was the vibe of the show. So it was very like. For a lot of our listeners that are younger, they probably never heard of it. This was
who's the bloke, the character?
He's dead now.
Is he?
Yeah, he died. I think he died young, really young. He was from another movie. Anyway,
HR Puffin
It was
stuff.
it was like very psychedelic, very 60s.
Yeah, well, looking back now,
That
they
witch scared
surely
me.
were on something.
Oh, well,
The writers.
puffin stuff.
Makes sense.
Maybe that's what. Yeah,
Oh, put two and two. Yeah.
puffing. Yeah, we are puffing stuff, and that's what you get. So don't do drugs, kids. Next.
This is a good one. So this is Liv. She says, so her husband, Rob, who's a good mate of mine, she said Rob was apparently really scared of Dobby. So Dobby actually got referenced earlier. Dobby from Harry Potter.
What's Dobby?
Bad Dobby, bad. I reckon you would have been scared of Dobby if you saw him when you were younger. But do you remember? Did you watch any of the Harry Potters?
Oh, I've seen that.
Remember Dobby?
No, I've never seen Harry Potter. I've seen the character.
Right, she's just loading. Geez, the internet's slow around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
That's all right. I know what you're talking
that's
about. Yeah. All right. So a couple more we got here. I mean, oh yeah, you already read that one. Someone wrote E.T. Healy, E.T. That's
I've never seen E.T.
me neither. So we can't comment. Another one, C.P. Lowry, I think. Big Bird. Oh, thank you. That scared me then. So for those that have just seen that on the YouTube,
Well, that was one I was terrified.
Yeah, scared me too. The whole movie scared me.
The Wizard of Oz
Wizard of Oz.
and the Wicked Witch of the West.
So I'm sensing themes, right? Witches. I'm sensing psychedelic stuff. Weird kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't say this anymore, but the Munchkins scared the fucking shit out of me. They would scared me more than
The
anything
midgets.
else. Bryce agrees.
Yeah, they were scary. And I don't.
Yeah.
I actually went to
Hit me. I know what you're gonna say. Keep going.
No,
The
what the touching up.
the molesting.
Yeah, well, actually, that's true.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah,
No.
well, I wasn't. But what's her name? What's the main actress's name? She's very famous.
Yeah, I know. Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. Apparently, it came out that the little Munchkins used to like touch her up.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
she was pretty young.
Yeah, she was really.
There was some weird shit
That's
happening
horrible.
on that set. If you take a deep dive into that movie, apparently that paint really affected that actress too.
What, for the long haul?
The green. No, she got like really sick.
I don't know what it was, mate. Both my sisters both said the same thing. They sent in, Taylor and Camille both said the trunch ball from Matilda.
Again, I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah,
but-
the trunch.
there it
Oh,
is.
look at her. The trunch, and there was a scene in that movie which we were going to play, but it's really long. But essentially, I think she's the principal of the school, and she's got this. She was a really, really mean principal or teacher, and she used to take kids and put them in this thing called the choker. And it was like this box where it'd have nails through the wall,
BDSM.
and she'd chuck the kids and then shut the door. And it was almost meant to look like the nails. They don't hit them, but it's just scary. But there's this scene where Matilda and her teacher are going through Trunchbull's house to get something, and she ends up rocking up, and she chases them around the house. And it is,
Horrifying.
mate, it's so scary. And they get it. I won't
I was
spoil it,
genuinely
but
scared.
they get away. Actually,
We got
I'll
another
spoil
one
it.
here, Chucky, which is obviously I haven't seen Chucky, but I know
Neither.
that's quite there. It is there. That thing. What is it? A doll?
On that too, I've never seen the movie, but
Is it an adult movie?
no, adult
Yeah.
movie. But do you I've never seen this either. But the clown,
Yeah, no, I watched it. Not scary.
no, like the
That was
original
an
one.
adult.
The-
Oh yeah, true.
and he's in the drain.
I've just thought of one I'm bringing up at the very end. I'm going to get a great one that will scare you at the very end.
Okay.
Now, here's one. We put up a photo, and Kez J67 writes, "Oh my God, it's just flooded back. Little children. I smell little children." Now, she's not scared of little children. She's referring to, of course,
But
the child catcher from or
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
the paedophile. Here he is.
yeah, give it a play.
Give it a play. Connor's scared too.
And
That's scary, yeah.
Today, cherry pies, cream puffs,
Kids love it.
ice cream,
Lollipops,
pickle tarts,
Trinkle tarts.
And ice
Oh, free,
and oh, free.
Canada.
mate. As a kid, what do you
That's
reckon,
such pedophilia.
mate? How did Dick Van Dyke cannot let this happen?
Is that Dick Van
No,
Dyke?
he's the main lead in this.
We love Dick Van
Dickie.
Dyke. Yeah.
Look, watch this, Mr. Man. You're too late, old lady. To preface this, the parents had to leave the house and said to the kids, "Do not leave the house."
There's a paedophile on the loose. Do we have to bleep that word or not?
No.
What will it be? Ice cream, strawberry, chocolate,
In all seriousness, is he a molester or not?
Wait, watch. Watch this. How could this not scare you as a kid? Oh, Yeah, that's it.
So why was he?
So
what was-
I've
why was
forgotten
he-
the actual plot of the show, but he's not a paedophile.
Okay.
That's not that role he's playing as an actor. He works for, I think, the king or the queen or something, and
Okay.
I can't remember, but it was like hostage situation. That's what it was.
Well, we've got one more, and this is very niche, and this would be the international listeners won't know this, but William Mitchell James, our good friend Will, the vegetables trying to get inside Monica's house. Now, Monica, was she play school? Is that how she got?
She was from play school.
And she got a little spin off.
She had her own show for a while.
Yeah, and
What was the show? Was it just called Monica?
I don't know. I think she did like different niche, but this is the vegetables trying to get into. Will just still scared of this. Yeah, play it. So we shouldn't be laughing at another man's fear, but he's still scared of this. What? the carrot, the tomato, and the zucchini. So you can pause that. But what basically happens is those fellas they actually try and enter the house. Now that's I think that's about it from.
Was there any more?
Oh, there's a lot more, but
Did we have any more videos? Nah.
no. But I actually want to bring up one, and it might be too late for a video, but I reckon this was scary.
No, we might be able to get it.
Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh,
Have I hit a nerve?
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think if you can get a bit of that up. This memory for me is myself.
Which bit? At the end?
Oh, the werewolf part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's the end when basically he ends up putting his arm around her and he looks at the camera and his eyes are red.
Yeah. Maybe just go to Google Images and grab a photo up.
Yeah, that was
But
horrible.
my memories of this is the kids in the neighborhood, we'd all literally huddle around a computer and see if we could watch the full video, and none of us could ever do it. Like, if we could get past the werewolf part, you couldn't get past the zombie part.
Just thought of one as well.
Hear me?
The monster mash.
Oh, yeah.
We did the mash. We did the monster mash. The monster mash.
Yeah.
That
Creepy
film
song.
clip, because it used to be on ABC
I know.
Kids.
There was a video.
Yeah.
There was they did different songs.
Yeah, that used to freak. Oh, here's
Here it
Thriller.
is. It's like this part.
No, but yeah. To be honest, I think Michael Jackson. Actually, I've got one. I've got one you need to put up. Actually.
No, don't.
No, yes, I am.
Don't.
Yes, that's a perfect reason to do
I'm
it.
actually going to walk off.
So we need to find. You know the mug shot of Michael Jackson. So take it. Can you take it off the screen for now, and then get it up, and then plug it in?
I'm not looking.
No, you have to. You have to look.
Ah!
Michael Jackson used to scare me.
Yeah,
in general, like I remember that whole phase when we went full white, the transition, and he was holding the baby off. I didn't even understand what a huge pop star he was. All I knew was he's this creepy looking bloke.
Exactly. I was the same for you. Like when we were kids, we didn't know who he was really up until.
But he went through a really.
He lost. I don't know what happened to him. I would love to do a podcast one day with just a deep dive.
Where is he? Because those who. Look how pale white he is, mate.
Oh my god! Oh, that's fun.
What was this? Were we
That's fun.
together? Was it in London?
That's fun.
What was it in London? What? And I was late.
That was it. That was a Hawthorne. Okay, off. Turn it off.
That's horrible.
And can you please delete it off my computer?
No, save it. What is he screaming?
No, honestly, Connor, if you want to be paid, I'd be smart about this. Think about it. If you want to be employed.
Yeah, we're in Hawthorne and we were laying in bed.
I literally,
Was I sleeping in your bed with you or something?
No.
Yeah.
We had a sleepover one night.
Yeah.
And I was talking about, I think it was probably, we were about to record this episode or maybe we'll talk about it. And it's just the thought of that mugshot in my mind.
You couldn't.
You had to calm me down. Mate, it's all right.
To calm you down.
Yeah, it's all right, mate.
It's all right. Just a photo.
Anyway, thank you for everybody. There's a lot more that contributed. Thank you.
Very nostalgic.
I hope we didn't miss too many.
A few memories. That's
thank
for
you
sure.
for everybody for writing in. And if you're listening or watching now and you want to, and there's something that's popped into your mind, let us know. We can watch it last time. I thought they were laughing. I thought they were.
Yeah.
We can read them out next time. So make sure you write in and sweet dreams.
Yeah. Time for our favourite segment, the GolfBox segment. Here we go. What's in the GolfBox? brought to you by our good friends at GolfBox.
Australia's greatest golf superstore.
And everything you order online gets to you fast and free. Don't forget
If
that.
you need it, they have it.
They have it. They have all of it.
Where can I go? Because I'm in the market at the moment for some golf apparel, maybe a new set of clubs. Where can I go?
So go to golfbox.com.au. That's where I'd be heading if I was in need of anything golf related.
And that website again is?
golfbox.com.au. That's what the website is. Head there if you need anything golf related.
Best in the business.
200 episodes.
Yes,
we
please.
thought let's put a bit of a 200th spin on the golf box.
Yep.
So a couple of... are we going to pull them out? Or
No, I think
we'll just
we'll just go with it. I think.
So a couple of the questions that are typically in the golf box are, what's one awkward encounter you've had with a celebrity?
Yep.
And what's the biggest moment you know you've stuffed up? They're two. And we thought, why don't we utilise those two and share, let's go down memory lane a bit.
For the 200th.
For the 200th, right?
Yep.
Is there something on top of our heads? So we've stuffed up many a time.
Oh, yes.
And there's been some awkward celebrity encounters.
So some of the greatest dos&d stuff-ups and worst celebrity encounters with dos&d.
So
where do you want to start, mate?
let's start with, I'm going to start with celebrity encounters.
All right.
Okay,
Yep.
so this isn't necessarily an awkward encounter, okay, but one that came to my mind, which was, when we think back to those days, we had no budget. We didn't have any sponsors.
No.
We're doing it from our MacBook GarageBand,
Yep.
a couple of crappy little mics. There's nothing really there to
Entice anybody.
entice a guest to come on. So out of the goodness of a couple of guest hearts, or every guest heart that came on, wasn't about who we are. We didn't have a following. We weren't paying. We're not paying anyone. We're
No.
not giving them anything. So why would they come on? They were just really nice and saw two blokes having
Good
a crack.
people. Yep.
You
Good
know.
people.
So two of those guests, two of the biggest guests we've had on. One was the very famous Essendon champion James Hird.
Yep.
And then the other one was a very famous. Is he Richmond's all-time goal kicker?
Might be, yeah.
He's kicked the most goals at the MCG. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure. I know
yeah.
that.
Maybe not
And that
Richmond,
is
yeah.
Matthew Richardson.
Yeah.
Big
Two of the
Richo.
greatest ever.
Yeah. So we had to get them something, in our opinion. We were like, what can we do to get them? But like, what are we? We're not connoisseurs in any particular category.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I think wine, right?
It's a nice gift.
It's a
Safe
nice
gift.
gift.
Safe.
Yeah, a bottle of wine.
Yep.
So it would have been a Friday morning. Both of those interviews on different days. D, what do we do? Let's go up to Aldi. So we literally, I think,
You're
at one
literally
point,
too tight to go to Dan
well, I
Murphy's.
think at one point we went to buy the bottle of wine from Aldi for Herdy, and it was too early. It had to be a certain
That's right.
time.
That's
so
true.
we went to buy it at 9.
Because you know what we did that day too with Herdy? We went to Big W or Kmart or
Yeah.
whatever was there, and we bought a fake plant for the background. Do you remember?
Did we?
Yes.
To make
We-
it look better.
Yeah, we bought a fake plant.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, not those, but another one. And then it was too early from Audi to buy. Did we even get Herdy?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, we
Because he
did.
goes, I'll have that for lunch. It was a classic gag.
It actually made me laugh. Yeah. But I want to know, Dos, how much. So we said, all right, we'll split the cost here. Let's go halves in this bottle of wine. So
I think it was about $7.50 each.
no, how much are Richo's cost?
I don't remember. $8. Oh,
Cost us-
Richo.
Dos and I got $4 each to pay for Matthew Richardson.
We're on a budget, mate. Like,
God.
think of it. I was working at the
know.
nursery. I was using all my money on petrol.
I was at the factory, at the warehouse.
So that's probably an awkward encounter with a celebrity, and it's not an awkward encounter, but that's something that was funny.
Yeah.
With the guests. What do you want to jump on to moments with effed up?
Yeah, well, look, we've shared them so many times, and I mean, of course, doing 200 episodes, you stuff up all the time. We've had so many mistakes, which
I thought we had mistakes. I've forgotten things this morning that I was supposed to bring.
we always do. We always make minor mistakes, but the good news is you get those mistakes lesson. That's what you want to do over time, you know. So, but a couple of them. The classic one, my favourite, was when we went to London, which we always talk about. But we went all the way to London for the show, right out of lockdown, blah blah blah. Managed to get a couple guests over. We got a few guests over there, but one of them was an actor on
West End.
West End. I always say Broadway. West End.
Yeah.
And because he was doing 6 shows a week, or maybe it was 8 shows a week, 6 days a week. It's not like crazy schedule.
Think of the days. It was 6 days a week. Yeah.
6 days a week. So we managed to get him for like.
He was playing golf that day.
Yeah, I actually went and saw the show, and then I messaged him like, mate, come on the show. So we got him on, and a small window of opportunity. Anyway, met us. We hired this. Where was it? A meeting room in London. I don't know.
It's like
where.
a big share, like those share meetings.
Yeah.
Like the hubs that they have where you can have an office.
So somewhere in London, and we basically set up, again, we only had one camera, just put the camera on him, the crappy mics, the garage band, all that sort of stuff. And basically we did at the time one of our favourite ever interviews. We said, how good's that? As we like to do, we do a little celebration, but I said, I'll walk him out first. So I'll walk the guy out, say, thank you, see you later, come back in. And normally, back then, Dos and I used to jump and hug.
Before,
Yeah.
we both probably would have said, this is our biggest and best interview we've done.
Yep. To the point, absolutely. At that stage. So I walk in, I'm like, all right, here comes celebration time. Because Dos and I, we like to jump around and get excited, kiss, cuddle, blah, blah, blah. And Dos looks pale white. And not, he looks so upset. So I'm like, what's going on here?
Nearly crying.
He was I literally thought he was crying. I'm like, is this out of happiness? Like, I mean, yeah, it was big for
Pure
us. But
elation,
it wasn't the highest, you know. And basically, he clicked play on the recording and it played 15 seconds, our intro, and that was it. And then we're like, what has happened? Because I saw it record, you saw it record. The computer stuffed up. We basically lost the whole thing. So cutting a very long story short, we spent a lot of money at the time.
For the next 3 hours we were...
Spent ages just sitting there. We literally prayed. We literally prayed together. Which
we bowed our heads.
It's the only time we've ever prayed together. We prayed. Dos and I prayed together that we would, and we got it.
As good Christian boys do.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Lord.
Thanks God. That worked beautifully. But over the journey, there's been times where the recording hasn't gone through. We've had to ring our guests and say, look, can you come back in?
I've got a ripper. I won't mention the other podcast name, but we were doing some street talk interviews outside the footy games.
Oh, yeah.
And we got given an opportunity on behalf of another podcast. A well-known footballer, he said, can you boys go and do some street talk on behalf of it? So we're like, yeah, no worries. Fremantle or Richmond, the game would have been in 2 years ago. It was
the very first one we did.
First one, yep.
What happened?
We took the camera and we went before the game. We got a heap of interviews before the game with all the fans.
That's right.
And the mic wasn't plugged in properly at all.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole entire time...
Forgot about that.
We've got all these great interactions and funny moments with fans and
did we go home? No.
No. So we went and watched the game in a pub because we were too stingy to get it. Actually, no, we were promised tickets to that game.
No, we got given tickets.
Did we?
You didn't want to go in.
No, we tried to go in.
No, we tried to go in with 5 minutes left.
That's it. Yeah.
You didn't want to go in.
Didn't I?
Yeah. You're like, let's just sit here.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I was cut.
No, you know why? Because I had to charge the camera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were in a pub using their power,
Yeah.
charging the camera. I hope that person's all right.
Yeah.
It was an ambulance.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically...
Forgot about that.
Mic not working, but we got some footage at the end of the game, which was good.
Yeah. No, yeah, I forgot about
Plenty
that.
of stuff ups.
And then, I mean, yeah, we tried recording outside once. And
Any big rejections? Have you had any big rejections?
Just quickly, remember when we recorded outside and then the sun hit the computer and just shot it to
At
bits?
my mum's. We did an interview.
Let's do it outside.
We did it. It was a beautiful sunny day, and we were like, "Oh, let's do an interview."
The funniest thing is Dos knew 10 minutes before myself and the guest knew. Dos knew that the whole thing had shut down and nothing
But I
was
chose
working.
not to say anything,
Kept
so we
going.
recorded a whole episode.
So he kept going on with the podcast. He kept talking and asking questions.
But that shows you, like, at the time, you don't want to say anything. Whereas now, I'm like, what the fuck? Why would I say anything? But yeah, for that, Chris Delmo, actually, that was Chris Delmo.
We went to his
He's
gym.
a gym owner on the peninsula. He came to mum's house. We did it outside, beautiful sunny day. I didn't even want to tell him it didn't work. I think, did we tell him on the day?
Yeah, we told him.
Yeah, and
you
then we
said,
went
"Mate,
back to his gym, bought him a slab.
Re-recorded. Yeah.
Re-recorded.
Well, he got paid in a slab.
Yeah,
in the end.
there you go.
What were you saying? What things that we've been rejected? I don't think we've ever... I can't think of a massive
I'll tell
rejection.
you what,
There's obviously a story behind this, is there?
No.
No?
I was just trying to think off the top of my head. Is there a moment we've been rejected?
No, I don't think we've been... I mean, we used to get rejected a lot outside the footy.
Yeah.
Like doing those street interviews.
Yeah, heaps.
But outside of that, I can't think of anything. No. I mean, there's probably more. We try and do this off the top, but yeah.
Oh, we got a big rejection, which got brought up last night. We got a big rejection from a sponsor once. Remember a potential...
Yes.
And
he gave us a... Yes.
I would actually love to read that out on air one day.
Well, actually, you know what? Because I think... Fill everyone in, because this actually kind of fits in a little bit in terms of... To set the scene, a couple years ago, when we decided we were fair income about this, we decided that... we're going to go after some big name guests, and we got the help of a connection.
Yep.
And then also we said, look, we'd love to bring on a sponsor of some degree. And at the time, we weren't charging much, and all we could sell was, hey, the
mission.
Yeah, but you say Trent Cotchin or James, whoever it is, this person's coming on, will you sponsor that episode? Not dos&d, just that episode. You can associate yourself with that person. Well, that was our goal. So we reached out to a few people,
in our network.
connections,
who had business
owners that we thought would really get behind our mission.
And they get behind other brands and foundations, or not that we're a fan of, but they see someone doing something, they'll go and support it, see it, believe in it. There's so many examples of different businesses that do that.
So what happened with this one?
So, with like my network and Sue, who helps us out a lot, and then through like my dad's business and all the connections he's created through that, there's obviously a large list of people who he was well connected with and that supported him.
Yep.
So there was one business and one guy in particular who I had a good relationship with, really good relationship with. Even when my dad passed away, we would still catch up, go to the soccer, because he really, Dad was obviously heavily involved with the A-League, so he would come to the A-League with us. But then after Dad passed away, we'd still catch up, still get coffees, get lunches, and he was very the traditionalist of like go and get a good job, and build your way up, get paid, buy a house, all great things. But I didn't want to do that. And then when he heard about what we were doing, and then he kind of saw some of the things we were talking about, which was going against the grain, thinking a bit differently, start a business, start a brand, create content, see where it goes, try something different, take risks. If you're not happy in a relationship, which we both weren't at the time, leave it. Like these things that not a lot of people talk about. It's always about playing it safe, and we weren't talking about that. But then when we started getting guests on, and we were still kind of talking about bits of those things, even the people that said, no, it's not the right fit, but they were respectful about it. All the best. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
Whereas this one guy,
they were like, not now.
Who I had a close connection with, he just sent this big, huge, long email.
It was a long email.
And I was at work one day, and I read it, and it was just so deflating because he basically just said, I think it's very immature what the boys are doing and what they're talking about, and
totally disagree.
Totally disagree with what.
Because I remember him saying like, I remember like the only part I can really remember is I just remember he almost basically said like, there's no way in hell I would ever get behind something like this. Yeah. Like it didn't say it in those words, because I remember just saying I strongly disagree. I believe they're on totally the wrong path.
I almost want to find it.
Yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? Like looking back now, we've been able to obviously find a few sponsors, and again, it's different because the mission was different back then. But can you find it?
Yeah, I've got it.
Just give us a couple of lines.
All right, I'm just gonna have a quick little read.
And his name is.
Okay. As you know, we all love Wade, and I've caught up with him quite a few times via phone and face-to-face. I always have time to talk, support, and guide him through life, and regard Wade as a close friend of mine. As a successful businessman, I have plenty to offer Wade to guide him through his journey of life. But as I just turned 50 this last weekend, I'm a bit of an old dinosaur now, lol. I've listened to Wade talk on his podcast and through social media a number of times, and what you say below is correct, and how I hear the discussions being spoken about. Although I do agree with some of the points, indirectly I do hear a lot of me generation and I want it now generation. I find this very selfish, with no consideration to the people around them and how they feel and the consequences of your and these actions. I'm a traditionalist, and I'm always thinking how my actions will affect others and what better I can do to support other people around me. Yes, it's important to put yourself at number one position, but not at the detriment to the number two and below positions. It was nice enough about it in terms of like all the answers they seek within themselves and in life they already have. They just need to find them internally. I do not necessarily agree with all the actions and directions the boys have taken and feel they probably have gone backwards in life.
Yeah, that was it.
While searching for self-gratification.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
The part that annoyed me at the time was the thing was I want it now, when all we were talking about is literally how investing all your time and efforts, and it's a journey, and like we're literally sacrificing now for the future. That was the whole point of it. So I want it now was bizarre.
It was nice enough at the end, but he was basically saying, I also hope that the boys learn very quickly that you can find yourself at the same time as moving through the journey of life. One of them doesn't need to stop, which I agree with, but that's not what we were about. Finding a dream partner, spending the rest of your life with them, having children, a home, a future, growing old and living a full life. all the old traditional things, it's not that bad. It doesn't always have to be about me. It can be about us. I still love you boys. Don't be angry with me. It's just another view of the situation. And I feel that maybe others are a little scared to tell you what they really think.
Yes. So there was a few little bits of...
Yeah. So that's the date of that was April 2022. So that's over 2 years ago.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
So it's a really powerful reminder. That's the biggest probably pushback we ever got was that email.
Yeah. I mean, and again, like in parts I understand. I see the point of view and I agree. But then there was parts I'm like, I just don't. I think there's big misunderstanding. But anyway, thanks to GolfBox.
Thanks, GolfBox.
So as we read that out on a sponsored segment.
Yeah.
That wasn't meant to be on purpose. Hope we don't sound condescending. Anyway, well done, GolfBox. And remember, fast and free.
GolfBox.com.au, fast and free.
Boom. I'm going to hit the course soon.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Dossie, I'm very excited because we're actually going to bring on a guest for Uncut. Now, this man has been sitting behind the screen for this episode and a few others. He's half of the Back Pocket Banter boys. Connor, welcome to the dos&d show.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Firstly, let's get a round of applause. Love it. Firstly,
Awesome
how
to
are you
be.
enjoying being amongst the dos&d team?
Oh, I'm absolutely loving it. It's been good just to sort of see how things work at, I guess, a bit more of a professional level. Obviously, you guys are doing great things, and it's been good to learn a bit off you guys. I know Blair would say probably the same thing.
Yeah, obviously the other half, he's not here.
Yeah.
But
we must say too, just before we move on, you guys have added a huge element to the show. So having you guys here, what you've done for us already in the early stage has been fantastic. So we're very lucky to have you guys.
No, thanks very much.
So we've got a little music challenge or quiz or something. Tell us what's on the cards.
Yep.
Yeah, so Blair and I have sort of come together. Well, he sort of did the main part of it, but I'm going to be singing, saying...
Singing?
Keen to hear some lyrics. Yeah.
Well, we won't do singing. I'll just read out a few lyrics, and then you guys will guess the song and the artist or band behind it.
So it's a dos&d challenge.
So we got a buzz in.
Thought a bit of a dos&d music theme challenge.
We love our music.
As a segment today. Get the boys, put some questions together. You guys say the lyrics, or you say the lyrics. We buzz in, guess what the song is and the artist.
Yep.
So you have to get both to...
Yeah, you got to get both. And if you buzz in too early, stop. So if one of us buzzes in too early, just stop talking. And then if they get it wrong, you can finish the lyrics for the other one.
Love it. So how many we got? We got 5?
We got 5.
Oh, we got 5.
We'll kick off with 1960s.
Oh, we're going the
one.
60s?
60s.
I love it.
And
My
60s.
favourite.
We got
Alright.
170s, 280s, I think, and 190 to
Best of luck.
finish her off.
All the best, Danny boy.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Go
Best
the
of
first
luck.
one.
Go well. And when I touch you, I feel happy
Deep.
inside.
That's the Beatles' Ticket to Ride. Boom. Correct?
No. It's Beatles.
Oh, it's not.
It's Beatles.
not. I
Beatles.
know the song.
No, I didn't hear. Can you repeat? Can you repeat it? I get a repeat.
And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide.
I can't hide. I can't hide. I can't hide. Do you know it?
Yeah.
This is gonna.
Give it 5, 4.
No, I
3.
should get it, but I
It's,
can't. think
I
of
want
it
to
on
hold
the
your hand, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanna
Why
hold
did
your
I say
hand.
Ticket to Ride?
Beatles, right?
spot.
I
Yeah,
wanna hold
okay.
your hand.
And I even did one of those.
Yeah, the
I went too early.
3-pointer.
Oh no.
Well, I thought because he said he's not doing the same ones,
Yeah.
so you went with the same one. just
Yeah.
Before. Sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right. We'll go one from the 70s now.
I'm just sorry.
We've done a lot of podcasting
Just so
today.
everyone knows, we're in a pest mood.
Yeah, we're excited.
Oh, my little pretty one, pretty one. When are you gonna give me some time?
My Sharona the Knack.
Exactly right.
How the hell
Well
did you
done.
get that?
Neil.
It's done well there. Done very well.
Oh, my little pretty one, my pretty one. When you gonna give me some time, Sharona?
Do you know when I was playing under 12s, the boys used to say my shushula?
My what?
Shushula?
My shashula.
Yeah, and I was doing well.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't heard that song, but I'm not that familiar with it as
Okay.
well. But
It's really hard, like hearing the lyric just said.
Is it?
Not. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It's really hard.
Yeah, for me it is. Okay.
all right, we'll go.
Do you smell links?
We'll go into the 80s now. We'll have 2 from the 80s.
All right.
I hear the drums echoing tonight.
That's Toto Africa.
I'm getting wiped off,
You're right,
off the
yes.
basketball court.
And the loser is buying the lunch.
Yeah, I will.
We've already had lunch for those watching.
Right.
What's
2-0.
that? 3-0?
2.
2. Oh, you got the first one wrong.
Play along at home too.
We should have prefaced that actually.
Yeah.
It's not loading too quickly.
Oh no.
Right. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
D, Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Yes, exactly right. He's quick on it. Very, very quick on it.
Yeah.
This is fuck.
That's good.
Music connoisseur. All right, we'll finish off the 90s, which
Well,
is...
I've lost.
No, this is worth 4 points.
Yeah, this is to win the game.
Yeah.
Last one wins.
All right.
Yeah, well, might have to be worth 5 points to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to give Dos a crack, but... Wake up, kids. We got the dreamer's disease. Age 14.
Oh no. We got you can't
5, 4,
can't always
3,
get what you get.
2,
Can't get what you give.
1.
Well, rascals or new rascals or some shit.
It's close.
Oh,
No, you can't. Fuck off.
it's New Rascals. It's is it? It's not get what you give, is it?
You get what you give.
You get what you give. Yeah.
Yours is close. New radicals.
What did I say? New Rascals.
D holds on. D holds on.
New Rascals.
So I don't, it's
Yeah, no, that's fair. I didn't
It's
win
close
that. I didn't win
enough.
that. Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
probably half points. I
Well,
reckon, if
Connor,
anything.
thank you so much. Obviously, we will say we
I'd
threw.
be more shattered and disappointed if there was a punishment involved, and there's not today.
Yeah,
So
there's no punishments. If you want to see our punishments, our horrific music punishments, go watch our YouTube channel because
Yeah, there's a
some
few
bad
good
ones there.
few good
Maybe
challenges.
next time. Thank you, Connor. We know we threw you under the bus and under short notice, but
that's-
mate, the natural podcaster that you are, you just handled that with absolute.
Looking forward to a few more of these kind of little elements added
Yeah.
into the show. Get the boys involved. A couple of little dos&d challenges and something for you guys to play along with, whether you're in the car listening or watching on YouTube at home.
We are clearly in a very silly mood now, aren't we,
We
Josh?
are.
So it's probably about time we wrap up.
It
wrap
is.
up our
Otherwise,
200
things are going to get out of
episode.
control.
We better wrap up our 200th episode. 200 of the best. Well, not all the best. Some of them quite disappointing.
Yeah,
But
early episodes.
yeah, some of them are quality, some of them not so much. But 200 DOS, well done, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You too. Congratulations. It's well, it's not to get too heartfelt as we come to an end, but we were sitting here at the start and thought, gee, this just such a good feeling. It feels
Yeah.
so surreal that we've actually come this far, and you don't really realise the incremental improvements have built up so much that now we're here at this the way where we are right now. So
True.
yeah, it's a proud moment.
Well, typically we do one of these like specials once a year
Yeah, the
because
special.
of the 50, the 100, obviously every 50 weeks. So the next one will be 250, a quarter of the way to the 1,000.
Wow.
So that's and you know what I like? I think I've asked you before. We normally say this in the hundreds and the 150s. So you look back at the previous few and you go, gee, I can't believe we spoke to that person, that person.
Yeah.
I just love imagining who's going to be on in the next 50.
The way to think about it is we'll be saying in 2 years' time, we'll be going, geez, we've interviewed all these people. Who's next? Like, imagine
Yeah.
after that, like in 10 years. Like,
And we'll probably be cringing at today's 200th episode in
I know,
in a year's time.
And we
too.
will briefly mention too, part of like where we are now, like this might all look different and it's all upgrading. Is we're all doing it for like the watcher and the listener.
Yep.
And part of our, we've toyed with the idea and talked about it for ages about we need to change this and change that, and we're getting a whole new design, a whole new logo.
Yep.
We've mentioned the merch aspect of it.
Yep.
That they're all things we've been working on for so long.
Yeah.
And talked about it. So we're so excited for probably this next chapter.
Yes.
Because 200 to probably 300 or
Yep.
200 to 250. In the next 50 episodes, there's going to be lots of awesome stuff for the listener
Absolutely.
to get involved with.
Yeah, so thank you everybody once again if you made it this far into the episode, thank you so much for obviously today, but being with us for the whole journey. Thank you to our sponsors too. We got to thank them as well.
Yeah, Fleet Plant. We couldn't do the show without them. They're our naming rights partner for all of 2024.
Which is fantastic.
The show doesn't happen without them, and obviously GolfBox. They're a segment partner at the moment. So
and Doss's phone's ringing now because I think we've got another potential sponsor meeting coming on very shortly.
Yeah, that's very true. But, I forgot what I was going to say now. Sorry,
Thank
you go.
yous. Thank yous.
It's gone.
Oh, well,
Isn't that a bummer?
so if we've just cut in here, Doss lost his train of thought, which we always do. I always do. Yeah, maybe it'll come back. But thank you to everybody.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I was going to say, guys, if you haven't, go and leave a review on Spotify. Wherever you listen. So if you're a Spotify, if you're an Apple podcaster, go and leave a 5-star. Or if you're on the podcast app on your phone, go and leave a little comment. Because those little things, they're great for us to know who's listening. So Leave a little comment. And then even if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to make sure you subscribe to that. And also leave a little comment on an episode or whatever show or whatever video you like watching. But those little things add up, and it's so we know who's listening to.
Exactly, because those things, again, we always say this, but we don't have many reviews, which is weird because, it doesn't really make sense. But so if it's Spotify, it's literally...
I think we've only got, between the two, I think we have like just shy of like 100 between...
I think we have 60 on each, so just over. So, but the thing is, it's but again, Spotify is really easy. You just literally click 5 stars.
Yeah.
Apple, click 5 stars. If you want to write a comment, honestly, I don't care what the comment is.
Because there's probably a lot of people that listen that just haven't done
There has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah.
So
we're not bullshitting. Like.
Yeah, no, we're not bullshitting. So write anything. Give yourself a plug. Put your Instagram on there. Tell people to follow. I don't care what it says. Just fucking do it.
We'd love to see it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Anything else to finish up with?
No. No.
We'll just finish with an old-fashioned handshake as we walk off the set, okay?
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.